Hello and welcome to Live It Fit Now. I am Dr. Derek Alessi.
And Chef Binks here with you.
Chef Binks, are you warming it up?
I am loose, I am ready to go.
Attack the day, and with Live It Fit Now, we're always trying to help you lose weight, drop body fat, and get in better shape.
That's what this show is all about. It's about getting your kitchen, your exercise, bringing it all together for your new healthy lifestyle.
And regarding exercise, we are going to start it off with the joints in the body. We don't want to beat up on them, and there's a better way to do exercise without all the wear and tear.
In the kitchen today, we're going to be talking about canning, preserving, pickling. Such a super fun activity, super healthy, and a great way to take charge of what's in your pantry.
Pickling, super hot right now. Also, too, we have a makeover coming your way. Somebody that really did ultra well. I want to show you exactly what her results are. All of that and your viewer questions coming your way on Live It Fit Now.
You're watching Live It Fit Now. Get even more great info by downloading our free app, Live It Fit Now. You'll find it on iTunes and the Google Play Store.
No one has to tell you how important it is to stay fit. But finding the time to get to the gym is tough. The pros at G&G Fitness can outfit your home with high-end equipment so you can work out. Our fitness consultants understand your goals. We will guide and motivate you, and we're here to help you find the equipment you need to succeed in the comfort and convenience of your own home. G&G Fitness, professional grade, personal service.
Do you want to lose weight, drop body fat, and improve the quality of your life with lasting success?
Doing it the right way takes less time than you think.
If you do the right things, you don't even have to give up chicken wings.
Do you want to make the most of your life and live it fit? You owe it to yourself. Call me today.
Premier Gourmet is a destination.
For people like me that enjoy cooking at home and they're looking at recipes and things they might see on TV or in a magazine, we're an incredible resource of food ingredients, things like that.
We love the fact that we can bring it to you and we can have it in our store. That's why we're here. That's why we're so passionate about this business. And that's why we love doing what we do.
Locally owned and operated, Premier Gourmet. We bring the world.
Do you want to lose weight and eat the right foods, but are struggling to find time to shop and prepare?
It is not just a diet for me. It's become a lifestyle change.
My eating habits needed to be changed, and Chef showed me the path.
He learned about my style and what I loved, and he prepared foods that were perfect for me, perfect fit for me.
Food is delivered fresh to you weekly and oftentimes for less than what you would pay just for the cost of groceries. For convenience and your goals, let me help you. Welcome back to Live It Fit Now. It's time for our viewer questions, and you can send us your questions to liveitfitnow.com or submit them right on the app. Love this part. Let's start knocking them down. Annette, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, it's Ryan, the director of Live It Fit Now. Annette's homesick today. Your first question is right there on your app. It's from Mary.
Hi, I'd like to know, when I jog, my knees hurt. Why is that?
Well, there's no doubt about it. When it comes to running, the knees are going to take a beating. You're coming down with 4 times your body weight every time you're striking the ground. With that, and if you do it consistently, there's going to be some repetitive motion problems. You're going to have some injuries. The cartilage and meniscus are going to get broken down over time. We don't want that. When it comes down to increasing your body, dropping body fat, we always want to minimize the amount of impact on the body. I'm not a fan of beating up on the joints. I don't like running for that reason. I know a lot of people do, but I'm always looking for non-impact ways to work the body.
Yeah, a lot of my friends that are runners, they use the elliptical for a big part of their training so that they do just that, eliminate that joint discomfort, pain, and the wear and tear that you cause. Next question, Annette, fire it up.
Guys, I told you Annette's not in today. It's Ryan. Anyways, Judy has a question on your app right there.
Dr. Derek, are weight loss pills safe for us?
Ooh, can I have the magic pill?
Please, take it.
Can I have the magic pill? I want the magic pill, doesn't everybody? Take one little pill 3 times a day and all of your problems go away. Boy, that would be so cool if that actually existed.
Or the magic pill balloon. I think we've talked about that before. You put it in your mouth, it then inflates in your belly. It's not safe. We wouldn't recommend that you do it. There is really no magic pill, and if there was one, we'd all be in better shape. But it's not about that. It's about doing the right things. It's about lifestyle. It's about behavior, and quite frankly, you don't need it. We're always trying to help improve your metabolism. We're always trying to help improve your nutrition. If you do that, you could totally get into shape, and you won't even need any of these dangerous and outrageous pills.
Here's the magic pill. You ready for it? Eat productively, exercise productively. Bring those two things together, and that's when the magic happens. That is the magic pill that you can incorporate and start taking right now into your diet.
And get in better shape immediately.
Awesome. Annette, you got another one for us?
It's Ryan, not Annette. The last question is, it's an email. I have heart problems, and my doctor told me to limit my sodium. Are pickles too high in sodium for me?
Yeah, pickles can be very, very high in sodium, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world.
They have to preserve them somehow, but it's not that you're taking in too much sodium. Chances are if you're taking in too much salt, you're taking it in from packaged goods.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's where the real problem is. Let's head off to the kitchen and talk about some pickling and fermenting and some cool things that we can do. I feel like we're putting you in a bit of a pickle, pun intended, on this particular question about sodium and pickles, because it's confusing. It really is. It's very, very confusing about sodium. A lot of people think that salt is bad for them, so pickles, of course, would be a horrible snack and bad for you, right?
No doubt about it, and you're very funny, Chef Binks. But when we talk about pickles, yes, a lot of people do think it's way too high in sodium, and they're worried about it. If you're worried about sodium in your diet, I can pretty much guarantee it's not because you're having too many pickles. I think that if you have a lot of sodium intake, it's from packaged goods, convenient items, things like that. Totally. Probably not from having way too many cucumbers that have been preserved. Would you agree?
No, 100%. I couldn't possibly agree more. There is truly a difference in the way that they process food with salt and the way that you at home would process food with salt when making something like pickles. Making them yourself, of course, is a great activity. It's super fun. I mean, of course, I like this sort of nerdy food stuff here where we get to make our own thing fun. Right, little bit of water or vinegar, slice up some cucumbers for pickling. The smaller ones are really nice and fun. You can add so many different flavors into this. A little bit of water or vinegar, add a little bit of sea salt, mix the two together, and it's done. That's basically it. It's pretty much sweet. Of course, you would use some pickling spice if you want that flavor. If you wanted garlic, my sister makes a recipe with jalapeno pepper. She makes a hot pickle that's absolutely amazing. So there's so many different things. Why is she not here right now? She does some really cool stuff.
She should be doing this with her right
now. Exactly. Really cool stuff. The other thing you can do with this is you can make your own relish at home too. That's one of the big problem areas. I get asked a lot about that. Relish or different types of condiments. How can you lower the sugar in those recipes? You can make a traditional relish by cooking off or slicing some cucumbers here real quick. You would cook off some red onion. You would use some cucumbers.
Watch your knuckles.
Oh yeah, no, we don't. You want to be careful with one of these. That's for sure.
I'm not even allowed to use it.
No, please don't touch this. This is pros only here. There we go. End up with some beautiful little rings like this. You can cook those off with some red onion and make your own sweet pickle relish right out of a jar. Absolutely delicious, wonderful stuff.
Are you canning?
What do we? Yeah, we absolutely can. No, canning is super fun, and really not difficult. This is the difference. We're going to replace that sugar with Truvia. We're going to reduce the glycemic impact of it. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to make the magic happen.
So a little bit of sweetness to it, but we're not having the same glycemic impact. Now, Chef Binks, I know you know this, but a lot of people that come to see me that want to get in better shape, they want to lose weight. We have them eating pickles in between the meals, and the reason being, of course, is it's not that high glycemic. You're not going to release more insulin, storing more body fat, and at the same time, you will retain a little bit of water, which might sound like a bad thing, but it's really not, especially as you're training and you're getting rid of water. Pickles can be remarkably good.
One last super fun thing with pickles, you can, of course, can them traditionally. The little lid like you've seen before, it pops off. You would use a hot method, but you can also use this little cool fermenter and make them in about 4 days. No matter which technique you use, whether you're going to can things yourself to preserve them, do it less expensive, or a little bit less expensive than some of the convenience items, or if you're going to buy it in the store, really a super healthy and wonderful snack option.
You're watching Live It Fit Now. Why not take this opportunity to download the free Live It Fit Now app to your smartphone or tablet? You'll find today's recipes plus a whole lot more. Information at your fingertips to help you live a healthy lifestyle. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, Ryan Robe here, director of Live It Fit Now with another heads up deal. It's the perfect pickler fermenter kit. Pickles are the hottest thing going right now, and the Perfect Pickler is a fun and easy way to make pickles, relishes, and cultured veggies right in your own kitchen. This little baby retails for $29.99, but we found it for $18.99 with free shipping. Just use the app and click on the heads up deal, or you can follow the link on liveitfitnow.com.
I think what I enjoy most about making recommendations for shoppers is their satisfaction. And when they find something they really like, they'll come back in and tell me.
Nice when, the customers come back and they thank you, for your recommendation. That's definitely a very good part of the job.
We're always nearby to help make your shopping experience a pleasure. Premier Wine and Spirits. We bring the world. Experience Buffalo's newest fashion destination, Tiori, a one-of-a-kind ladies' boutique that features premier fashion for any body type, age, and style. 5841 Transit Road, East Amherst.
Do you want to lose weight and eat the right foods, but are struggling to find time to shop and prepare?
It is not just a diet for me, it's become a lifestyle change.
My eating habits needed to be changed, and Chef showed me the path.
He learned about my style and what I loved, and he prepared foods that were perfect for me, perfect fit for me.
Food is delivered fresh to you weekly and oftentimes for less than what you would pay just for the cost of groceries. For convenience and your goals, let me help you.
Welcome back to Live It Fit Now. Now is the makeover time of the show where we showcase somebody who is losing weight, dropping body fat, and improving the quality of their life.
Time, you said it in the beginning right there. Time. None of us have any time. We don't have time to cook the right food. We don't have time to exercise. But you want to meet somebody that really doesn't have time, somebody that spends every minute of her day taking care of everyone but herself, Julie.
My name is Julie Duble. I want to be fit and healthy because I am caring for 4 generations right now. I have my parents who have some health issues, myself, my husband who's quite a bit older than me, my daughter who's 19 lives with us, and she had a baby last year. So I have a 7-month-old grandson that I need to be able to chase after. He's going to be mobile soon. I am scared of having some of the health issues that my parents had. They've both had cancer. My mother's had 2 knee replacements and a hip replacement. My father's in the hospital right now recovering from his knee replacement. They have some blood pressure issues, diabetic issues. I'm scared of having those kinds of issues, and I'm also afraid that the rheumatoid arthritis that I've had for 12 years will slowly begin to affect my mobility, my ability to chase after my grandson, and just mindful of those things. The big thing for me is going to be a lot of energy. I have a busy career, and I'm helping care for my grandson, and I help care some for my parents. So energy and being fit and just healthy long term is really important. I think that's what's going to happen.
Julie hadn't exercised for a long time, but she had the right attitude and willingness, so we jumped right in and began building a base. With Julie, we started by increasing her strength through her core. Her abs and her back were the focus of our initial workouts. Once she developed a stronger core, we moved on to her arms, legs, and chest. In addition, Julie's conditioning was very low initially, and the first few workouts were a struggle to even get to 10 minutes. But she was surprised on how quickly her conditioning improved, and her workouts extended easily to 1 hour. Nutritionally, Julie was in the habit of eating most of her calories through carbs. She also spent little time planning and preparing her foods, so learning how to shop, prepare, and cook were instrumental in her success. Now let's take a look at her results. Julie dropped over 16 pounds on the scale and 17 pounds of fat. She increased her lean muscle tissue 1 pound and reported that her clothes were falling off her. She also lost 6 inches around the hips, waist, and thighs.
I started to notice a change within a couple of weeks. By week 3, it was clear. I no longer had flabs. I had the beginning of some abs. And I would show them to anybody who was willing to look. Look at this. And that floored me how quickly I started seeing a physical change. I had been dropping some weight on my own, but there was no tone or definition there. You know, it was just a little smaller, but it was still kind of, flabby and loose. But by doing the right kinds of exercise and the right combination, and by changing what I was eating, it was by week 3 that it was noticeable. And then it just kept going from there. And now, even within a relatively short period of time, it's like, oh my gosh. As a professional, I help people learn things or think about things that they would not know as they're going through that process. So I'm very open and respectful of professionals in their fields. So my trainers, Derek, I recognize that they know way more than I do about this, and I trust them to give me accurate and correct information because they're not trying to sell me a product. They're trying to give me the information to help me make the right choices, to make the physical difference that I've been able to achieve. You know, something's different this time because I really feel like I know what to do to keep it. And I know that I will maintain this. Like, I know this is it. I will not be fat again. I will be fit for life.
Once all the hard work is done, it's time for their makeovers at Capello's, where style, trend, and relaxation all come together.
Julie embraces her fabulous gray hair, and we don't blame her. We use Goldwell's clear color-ons to add shine and luster. Her cut and style turned out professional yet edgy and modern. We swept her hair away from her face to open up her beautiful eye and cheekbone area. To enhance her eye area even more, we used Jane Iredale's warm eyeshadow tones and natural black mascara. We added a touch of color with Iredale's Pure Gloss for her lips. At Capello's, we encourage our guests to stop by our Iredale makeup counter to stay on top of the latest trends and application techniques. Julie had one of our most dramatic transformations. Look how sophisticated she looks.
The payoff for Julie's hard work is to be able to rock a dress like this one. We have accessorized her little black dress with black enamel and rhinestone earrings, and she is ready for a night out on the town.
Julie, getting lean, getting tight, getting toned, getting healthy, all at the same time.
And finding the time to do it. Taking care of her daughter, her grandchild, her parents, a busy working professional, so much on her plate, but yet made the time to make a change in her life.
With most people that I work with, the time doesn't just present itself. You have to find the time, you have to make the time. I think you said it best right there. And the commitment to doing so. Once you do that, you can get in great shape, just like Julie did. She was in the gym 3 times per week, getting great results. We weren't spending all day in the gym and getting her off to work and off to her busy life.
Yeah, you really did a great job, totally transforming her. Now, Pantry. Pantry is the one place that you can make a huge change in your healthy lifestyle. Get the bad thing out, get the good thing in, and the right thing is right there every minute of the day. One of my favorite things to have in my pantry is pickles. One of the first things that I pulled out of my pantry when I was making over my healthy pantry was pickles. And I found out that that was a huge mistake. I was worried about the sodium.
You were worried about the sodium in the cucumber?
Well, no, I wasn't worried about the cucumber. I was worried about the sodium because that's how pickles are made. It's a massive amount of salt, but that's not such a big deal.
It's not such a big deal. I would say that most Americans take in way too much sodium, but they're not getting it from pickles. They're getting it from packaged goods. They're at convenience stores or at fast food places. They're getting things in a can, a bag, or a box that are just loaded and preserved, not pickles. We need sodium in our diet. Salt is super important, and especially if you have hunger cravings, which I know you do, Chef Binks.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Pickles work awesome in between meals as snacks.
Yep, and that's exactly what was recommended to me. And I couldn't believe it. I thought that all that extra sodium was going to be a problem, but actually pickles as a snack are a wonderful thing to fill you up quickly and give you something delicious. I absolutely love these. This is something that a lot of bodybuilders even use as a snack. And it's
bodybuilders, athletes, people that want to get in better shape or drop body fat. But let me ask you this. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. How would you use it in a cooking setting?
Tons of recipes. Tons of recipes. I make different types of pickle relishes, grind them up and making actual tapenades you can put on top of fish. They go with different cuts of pork. You can use these in vinaigrettes as well. One of my favorite things to do is to chop up pickles and make a dill pickle vinaigrette. A lot of different methods and techniques you can use these for as an actual ingredient besides just using them as a snack.
Now, you mentioned relish before too, and I want to say this, with relish, they could add a lot of sugar to it.
Don't have to though, don't have to.
If you make your own.
Yeah,
is what you're going to say.
Absolutely.
If you're going to chop it up and make your own. So if you're going to add that to something like a burger, you want to be careful that you don't add too much of that pre-purchased relish that has a lot of sugar.
And you hit the nail right on the head too. There's a lot of pickles on the market. There's a lot of wonderful choices. Always make sure to read the label.
And I like Bubbies, by the way.
Always make sure to read the label and watch for that sugar because some of those pickles are going to be loaded with it.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Premier Gourmet is a destination
For people like me that enjoy cooking at home and they're looking at recipes and things they might see on TV or in a magazine, we're an incredible resource of food ingredients, things like that.
We love the fact that we can bring it to you and we can have it in our store. That's why we're here. That's why we're so passionate about this business. And that's why we love doing what we do.
Locally owned and operated, Premier Gourmet. We bring the world.
Do you want to lose weight, drop body fat, and improve the quality of your life with lasting success?
Doing it the right way takes less time than you think.
If you do the right things, you don't even have to give up chicken wings.
Do you want to make the most of your life and live it fit? You owe it to yourself. Call me today.
No one has to tell you how important it is to stay fit. But finding the time to get to the gym is tough. The pros at G&G Fitness can outfit your home with high-end equipment so you can work out. Our fitness consultants understand your goals. We will guide and motivate you, and we're here to help you find the equipment you need to succeed in the comfort and convenience of your own home. G&G Fitness, professional grade, personal service.
It's time for another heads up deal on Live It Fit Now. Director Ryan Robe here with a great offer on an assault bike. This air resistance bike is really popular for everyone that's into CrossFit. It's easy to use, and it's cool because you get your arms involved as well. At $1,299, it costs less than most exercise bikes. Just use your app and click on the heads up deal, or you can follow the link on liveitfitnow.com.
Welcome back to Live It Fit Now. Now we're heading over to G&G Fitness Equipment where we can show you some great exercises you can do at home. We are now going to work some non-impact cardio, and whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or more advanced, we have the right exercise for you. First, for a beginner, the Octane X-Ride bike. This bicycle is not your typical bike. It has handles so you can work your upper body as well as your lower body. You can also do strength training intervals, isolating the upper or lower body by itself. Begin by pedaling with a tension you can easily handle. As you get more comfortable on the bike, increase the tension and the duration until you're pedaling with intensity for 20 to 30 minutes. For intermediate, try the brand new Zero Runner. If you love to run but want zero impact, the Zero Runner is for you. First, step onto the machine and make sure your feet are completely forward on the pedals. Take a few small steps, almost like you're hopping from side to side. Focus on kicking your heels back. Start with short strides, and as you feel more comfortable, extend your stride. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of intense running. For advanced, the Water Rower. Start by sitting on the seat, place your feet in the stirrups, and strap them in comfortably. Take the handles with both hands with your wrists facing up. Begin with a powerful leg push with your feet while keeping your core strong. Pull your arms and shoulders back as you draw the rower's handles into your midsection. Straighten your arms and then bend your knees back to the starting position. This is a great full body workout with very little impact on your joints. Try to row for 20 to 30 minutes. So pick up this equipment at G&G Fitness Equipment and you can lose weight, drop body fat, and improve your life at home.
Wow, what fun equipment to work out with. Low impact and super fun. The rower is like awesome. The bike.
I love
jogging around on a bike.
Now,
awesome.
at home, you may not do it like that. You might actually do it the right way. With equipment, though, we've come a long way with equipment. There's some really cool things out there. We just showed you some of that. The key thing, though, and the key message is you don't have to beat up on your joints. Don't beat up on your joints. If the joints get diseased or hurt, they're going to hurt for a long time. Let's not beat up on them. There's some really cool ways to get great workouts without having to do that.
All right, let's start our cheat day. The one day a week where you can have whatever you want. Nothing is out of bounds. And one of my personal favorite things to do on a cheat day is lunch meats. I love loading up on lunch meats. Woohoo! Well, as you can see from the rich marbling and the saturated fat load in here, this is not a 6-day-a-week item. This is definitely cheat day, one of my favorite days of the week. Luncheon meat loaded with bad fats, usually loaded with nitrates and a ton of sodium, something to only be enjoyed in small quantities one day a week. This stuff is a little bit different, though. Tell me about what you have.
Yeah, this is not grocery store bologna. This is capicola from the piggery in Ithaca, New York, a very small company, husband and wife, raising pigs on their 30 acres of pastured land. And they've actually rescued some pig breeds that are in danger of going extinct, and they're watching over this entire process of the sausage being made, and it's just full of flavor and delicious.
Brought back from the brink of extinction for my cheat day enjoyment. God, I love their mission purpose here. Thank you very much. This is what it's all about. If you're going to have a cheat day, don't have a bologna sandwich. I couldn't agree more. It's all about enjoying the good things. Go out there and try some new things that you can't have the rest of the week. That's how you find your next favorite cheat day item.
So, Biggs, were you gobbling down that luncheon meat?
Oh, I was absolutely delicious. Now, I think people don't necessarily view lunch meat as that super uber unhealthy thing. And some of those lunch meats weren't. They were very, very high quality, wonderful things. But traditional lunch meat, your bolognas, your hams, your processed meats, beyond low quality protein source, loaded with bad fat, loaded with the wrong type of sodium.
Right. Too much sodium, and when he says low quality protein, basically the protein doesn't absorb well into your lean muscle tissue. They measure it with this really boring term called bioavailability. You don't have to remember that, but basically protein has a quality, and the higher the quality, the better it is for your body.
Yeah, lunch meat is definitely a cheat day item. Save it for that and have some fun. What's not a cheat day item, though, is pickles, and pickling and canning is a wonderful activity. I mean, I know that you're not a huge fan of going into the kitchen and spending time doing these type of
hours. I spend hours at one time doing nothing but pickling. That's how I spend my weekends.
No, this is a great activity, and this is where you can take charge of your pantry. Yes, taking something out of your pantry, putting a good thing in is always great, but when you control it from the raw state and can control every ingredient that's going into that pantry item, you are in total charge of your healthy lifestyle from the ground up. I love these activities. I think they make great family activities. It's a tradition here of canning, preserving, fermenting food, wonderful things, and super healthy on top of it.
You mentioned something to me a little bit earlier that I didn't know, and you said that this is beyond hot right now.
Super trending right now. Different types of fermented things, not only to work into your diet for cuisine, but for different drinks to use as garnishes. So many different things you can do with this. Tons of recipes available and super cool.
In terms of sodium content, I wouldn't worry about pickling or doing your own pickles or even having pickles for the most part. I'm worried about taking in too much sodium from having processed foods. If you could eliminate that, I think you're going to be healthier all in all.
Yeah, well, you're in control. Again, you're in control of how much sodium goes in. If you want to put sugar in something or don't put sugar into it. Exercise too. Joint impact exercise. It's such a problem. My friends struggle with it. A lot of runners out there, and it's something that's a real issue for a lot of people.
Don't beat up on your joints. Do not beat up on your joints. We showed you some really cool exercises and some cool machinery that's now available that takes the impact out of the joints. Basically, just keep this in mind. There are so many different ways to exercise. I'm not a fan of doing things in which impact is magnified. We want to be sure to make sure that we're not hurting the joints, and if we do that, our body will be healthier because of it.
Yeah, that and time. We've heard so many times that we don't have enough time to start a new healthy lifestyle. We saw today that somebody that really doesn't have any time, it's never a problem to incorporate these little changes into your healthy lifestyle.
You have to start finding the time, and if you can find the time, you'll then have some progress. Did you have some fun today?
Super fun.
I'm glad you had fun. Hopefully you did at home as well. Right now, go to liveitfitnow.com. Ask us a viewer question. See some of the great content we have on there, and also to download the app, whether it's iPhone or Android. We look forward to seeing you next week on Live It Fit Now.